Hey YouTube, Mark with Ultimate RC. Doing a quick unbox here this evening. New FMS product, my first crawler. We'll see if it's my first and my last. Admittedly, never crawled before, never had a ton of interest in it, but thought I'd give it a try. I've been debating whether I'd want to get this for since it came out, which is about a year now. So you've seen this. It is the K5 Blazer from FMS, the 1/10 scale. Definitely a nice looking vehicle, and hopefully, given the price of this, a good buy. I was amazed, honestly, at how expensive crawlers were. I thought RC planes were expensive. RC vehicles, while I have a few, are certainly expensive, and crawlers are no exception. So one of the reasons I got this is for the size that you get and the features that it has. It's a pretty good price. Plus, I was lucky enough to win a flash sale for Black Friday and get this at a bit of a discount. There has since been discounts at other places, and FMS is still running a sale now where you buy one of these and you get one of their, I believe, their FX24 cars for $1. That's a good deal too. One thing I read about, some of them don't come with this. That's a note on their website. That is the extension plug supposedly for the battery. So we'll see what we have there in regards to that. And whether that's really neat or not, but mine came with it, so good to see. So let's get this open. I actually got the orange and white one, and pretty much for me it was a no-brainer on that color. So like the black, but black gets dirty quickly and shows it. I've had black cars before. Yeah, so I decided not to go with the black. And the brown, well, it's kind of neat on a something different to look at. I didn't want to have that as my main car. I wasn't going to get more than one of these. All right, let's take a look. And very nicely packed. Let's see if we can get that off. Okay. Of course, these also come with the cover, the back topper, I should say. Tonneau covers, I want to say, but I don't think that's correct. It's just call it topper. Take this off, nicely protected with plastic. If I remember right, this is a Lexan body, from what I've seen. Couldn't really tell you the advantages and disadvantages of hard body versus Lexan body. I think Lexan is lighter. But again, not a car guy, I'm a plane guy, obviously, if you watch my channel, and then a boat guy second. So this is what I do when it turns November and December in Wisconsin and you can't fly. Tonight we've got winds of 25 miles an hour gusts. And of course, it's water since past dark. But so we get a topper, we get some decals. I believe these for the car topper windows. We get some tools, lenses. I believe that's for the light bar, and that may be for assembling the light bar. We'll take a look at that. We'll get rid of some of this stuff. My dog is here watching as normal. Usually she likes the boat videos the most. Don't know why, but she does. Check some of those out if you haven't already. One of the boats I got this year was the Pro Boat 48 Sonic Wake. Awesome boat. Highly recommend it. The creme de la creme of boats, at least if you're talking electronic boats, I don't have gas, nitro, anything like that for any of my RC stuff. Maybe someday when I'm retired and have all sorts of time to fiddle with stuff like that, I will. But I don't. So, let's see. This one already has Tennessee plates on it. I believe this also comes like most FMS vehicles. In fact, there they are. There are your plates. Extra plates in there. All right, I'm going to cut this and get it separated. I'm not going to bore you with that, so we'll pause and we'll be right back. All right, YouTube. Just a couple of clips. Boom, she comes off. There it is. Pretty nice shock system on it. Really like the orange and white. And I know that's a personal preference. Even the brown, even though that's probably not something I would get, is a cool looking color. Different. I would imagine most people are either going to do, my guess, the black is probably going to be the most popular, and then maybe this color. But I've seen a few videos on the brown. And pretty good sales that have been going on this. I am affiliated with FMS, but they did not send this to me. Nobody's ever sent anything to me, so I'm buying all this stuff on my own dime. And so if you use the links in our description box, it does, and you do purchase anything from FMS, whether it's fenders. That's another cool thing, this vehicle that I'm pretty happy to have. I have some vehicles that I blast around in the snow in the wintertime. They're mostly Horizon products, but none of them have fender wells. So they get plugged up with snow, and it's a process to clean them out. I've got an air compressor with a air attachment blower on it that really helps with that. Something you should do with your vehicles too after you run them in the wet is to dry them off as best as you can. Like I say, I got an air compressor to do that, and then I try to leave them out sitting on the driveway if it's sunny and a little bit of wind for an hour or two to let them dry before I put them away. That'll help with longevity. Things that could rust, the screws, stuff like that. They still will anyways, but this will help it longer term. As far as that goes. Let's see. Struggling getting this remote out. That's why. That's why. There's a clip on the back there. I'll take that off. Pretty nice remotes. Remember, I had something like up to 8 channels on this. A lot of different things, locking differentials. And I'm forgetting what they call the feature when you can lock the rears and turn the vehicle around. The FMS has a good promotional video on this, so it's going to be interesting to see how all that works, and also whether I am going to have an interest in crawling. But I thought this was going to be the best option to do so, in part because it does have a 2-speed transmission. So it's got a crawling speed, and then it's got something that's a little bit greater than a crawling speed. And it's going to be interesting to see just how fast that is, and if I can tear around the backyard like I do. Now I know it's not going to go anywhere near as fast as like my Armored Granite or even my low-C Hammer Rey. Even the low-C Hammer Rey in like 50% still goes at a pretty good clip. I'm guessing around 20 miles an hour. This may not reach that. We'll see. I hope to have some decent snow cover, but not too much this year where I can set up a course. I didn't get a chance to do that last year. That was a bummer as far as that goes. But nice covers. We'll get those installed. I'm not going to bore you guys with all that stuff. You maybe there's probably plenty of videos out there about that, and I just kind of wanted to show what you get in the box. That is pretty much everything. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, YouTube. I do appreciate the support. Again, lots of sales actually going on with FMS, so check them out. Use our links. It does help support the channel. We do thank you for that. Again, any purchase you make, whether it's this cool truck or anything else for that matter. Had some people buy things as simple as props and plane stands and stuff like that. YouTube, a couple of setup pointers. I've got the mud guards, body guards, wheel wells, whatever you'd like to call them, installed, but they're installed by those two screws there, that screw there, in the back there, and there. Not a big deal. In regards to the back, that's pretty easy. In the front, it's a little bit harder because you've got this wire holder that screw goes into right there. Hopefully you can see that. That right there, I'm highlighting with my flashlight. So that will cause some problems putting it back on. Put the screw back on first in, and then hold, put the screw in first and put the fender in, then hold it. Make sure this goes over the top. This top part goes over the joint. Seems obvious, but when you're trying to put this thing on, you're not looking at that, and I was getting it caught on that. And either to bolt in the splash guard first, and then once you got the bolt halfway through, get this in, try to get it aligned and finish screwing. If you have a small hobby grade type power screwdriver, that will help with that, because these, believe it or not, they take a little bit of turning to get them out. I mean, they're in there. I'm assuming these are not going to come out when you get this installed. And so I kind of wanted to show that if you're going to put these on, for what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to go through this because I am predominantly going to be running in snow, and like to keep the moisture as best as I can out of the interior of it. And even if you're not running in snow or water, and how you're not going to run into water with this if you're crawling at some point. At least if you're crawling in a good crawling spot, that's going to be my biggest challenge, is finding a good spot to go crawl. I have some spots in my backyard where I can do some minor crawling, but for this size of vehicle, it's absolutely no challenge at all. In fact, I can probably run it on the high gear and go through some of the landscape rocks and mulch and other stuff that we have around in our landscape. But to really test its crawling ability, I'm going to have to find a spot to go. I hope I have some things I maybe have found online that around me here that will work for that. You see the other one coming out on the back. Fortunately, when you take these out, nothing like falls apart, so they're pretty easy to put back on. But as I was saying, I'm going to have to find some spaces to hopefully do some crawling and hopefully get some good videos of this crawling. The first one may not be that. We may just run it in the backyard. A lot of that really depends upon the weather this time of year. In the state of Wisconsin, it's dark at like, sundown's like, 4:20, 4:23, I don't know, something silly like that, which means it's dark well before 5. I work till 5:30. No flying, no nothing. Although, I think this has a decent light package on it, we'll see. And I may do an evening or night run with this. If I can do one in the snow like I did with the Hammer Rey, that was pretty cool. Check that video out. That was a lot of fun. Snowstorm at night. Ran the Hammer Rey around the road out front and in the driveway in the snow. Pretty fun to do. Don't get to do that every day. I just kind of wanted to show these wheel wells. It was one of the reasons why I went with this vehicle. One of the many reasons why I went with this vehicle is because it came with these. They advertised this initially as, you know, new release, you get this right now, you get these. They've been offering them ever since. I'm assuming it's just going to come with these, period. At one point in the summer, they were running an extra scale person that you could get for the interior. You see, I got lucky enough to win the Black Friday flash sale on this. It's one of 5. Probably the only time that'll ever happen. So I got 60 bucks off on it. Much to my chagrin. Hobby Zone, which carries a lot of FMS products, ran it over Cyber Monday for $2.99. Could have kicked myself. That's a hell of a price on this car. If anybody did pick it up at that price, let me know in the description box below or in comments that, or you know, comment on that. I mean, that, what a heck of a deal that was on this. I'm going to take this off right now so you can see what I'm talking about on this. See how it's loose there already? So that's going to come completely loose. I'm going to leave that on there for now and take these off. Wasn't going to do this. I was actually going to work on another video to get posted. Don't know that I'm going to be able to accomplish that anymore tonight. I was going to get my second F4 video up, the redemption flight, and that will, and also the screw in the one screw is shorter than the 2 long screws that you took out on the front and the rear of the vehicle. So make sure you put that back in the right spot. I'll put one of these in. Bit of a pain to line up. I think I got it going. Once you get one of these in, it makes it a lot easier to get the back one lined up. We'll see if I add a little running onto this video. This car of course does not come. This truck doesn't come with any batteries, including batteries for the receiver. Say what you will about Horizon, but just about all the time they provide batteries for their ready to run vehicles, at least for the receiver. Now you still got to supply your lipos. In most cases they do offer some packages like that where the lipo and the charger and everything comes with it. But I am out of AA batteries. They're all powering electric Christmas candles. They're decorating upstairs, and part-timer would probably be upset if I removed some of those. I'm fortunate enough to have her still film videos after the F4 video, so if you've not seen that, watch that and see what I mean. And hope to have that redemption flight up shortly. Again, we flew it a while ago already. Plane flies great. Quickly becoming one of my favorite jets. I don't want to fly the bejesus out of it because parts are becoming limited on it on Horizon's website. Can't get a wing anymore. Thankfully I was able to not have to order a wing for what happened on the Maiden. Alright, I think we've got that one in. That was a little bit easier than the other side. I don't know if I just figured out how to do it. Now it's not such a big deal. These screws do seem like once you get those, that small one, they don't seem to like, it doesn't completely tighten down like the back ones do. I don't know if that's now you're adding the extra black to it, or the extra, the mud flap to it, that black tab back there doesn't provide it enough to, it's on. I'm assuming it's going to stay. Alright, there you have it. Some other quick pointers about this. Really like the connection, no tabs on this. You just have these tabs that you pull and the body comes out. Not put it back on yet. We'll try that. Nice connectors with the wires, the magnetic connectors. This is one of the first vehicles to have this on it. It's a great idea from FMS. So you have a nice clean body with lots of lights that doesn't have a bunch of wires hanging from it when you take the body off. So hopefully they keep coming up with nice innovative things. The clipless, those little spring tabs, if you want to call them, or whatever you want to call those body clips, they're not horrible to put on. Sometimes they're a pain to put on the particular vehicles and others not. They're easy to lose though. There you have it. Alright, if I do come across any other things when I'm putting this together, YouTube, I'll let you know.